Yes, people, it is Keishan Prince, and I'm going to teach you how to improve your aggression. Let's go. This is probably one of the most important videos I'm going to do, simply because many of you probably have not been signed by clubs because you lack aggression in games, aggression in training, and it's something I've seen in a lot of people who are big, 6'5", but lack aggression, and the coaches are finding out how, why. And this mentality can be taught. Aggression is not a skill, it's a mentality, something that can be taught and developed. And so I'm going to teach you today. Remember to like, subscribe and follow before we move forward. Also get ready for the Keishan Prince show, which will be happening next year, January, February time, where I'm going to get you guys on the podcast station and doing live consultation calls, so building up for that. So let me tell you something. I remember one uncle told me, Keishan, football is war. I said, what did he say? He said, football is war. And when he told me that, I said, okay, and he started to break it down. And I'm telling you this, I believe most of you have the ability to play professional football or play even at a high level non-league, but you lack this key component. So when you look at successful players today who are very good and who have this mentality, there's probably, right now there is a lot of aggressive players in today's game, but it's dwindled down just because everyone's friends now and everyone wants to be, keep on the safe side. When I was watching football back in, I say from 06, 08, all the way back down to the 90s, should I say, the players in the Premier League era was in a different mindset. Especially look at Manchester United and Arsenal, it was war. When you look at people like Bolton Wanderers, Stoke City, these guys were built for battle. They were men at a young age. It sounded like Mourinho told an interviewer the other day. He said that when he had Frank Lampard at 23, he was a man. He's got players at 23 years old and they're still boys. And it's because of this mentality. And so when you look at those sort of players, and Wayne Rooney, he was just had the skill, but the fight and desire that you have, this is something that can be taught. So when we're looking at the best person who's got the best mind of an aggressive athlete, there's none other than Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And yes, he's not a professional footballer, but many pros who play football look at him as a great example. And I believe all of you, if you have not watched the Last Dance documentary, you need to go watch the Last Dance documentary for you to start understanding the mindset, what it takes in order for you to be aggressive. So let's move forward. So number one thing, aggression has nothing to do with your size and how big you are. It's down to one thing, your mindset and approach to competing. I'll say it again. Aggression's got nothing to do with your size and how big you are. It's down to one thing, your mindset and the approach to you competing. So let me ask you guys a question. How do you approach your training sessions? I could tell you right now, I go to training sessions and I'm seeing boys, they come in, I'm not trying to say you can't talk to your boy, they're coming in, they got, not even the boots are not tied up no more, the laces now. Everyone's got this now fashion thing where they don't tie up the laces. That's a joke thing. You know what I mean? Tie it up, like little things that, in other words, that's a mindset of you going to training saying, I'm not gonna take it light. It's just training. And then there's always that one guy that goes extra hard and people are like, oh man, relax. That's what Kieran Tierney, he's like that at Arsenal. People say that he goes in hard in training session. I remember Aubameyang said to him, relax, and he's like, no, this is how he is. You understand? And I see that in a lot of young people today, is that this casual approach to training session. And so how do you approach training? How do you approach games? So for example, when you look at Gabriel Jesus at Arsenal, you see every possession that he has, and when he has it and he loses it, it's a fight. And you got to look at to yourself in training session, do you fight for every ball? If you lose possession, do you walk back, or you run and busting the gut to get back? You understand? What's your desire in terms of to win? Because that's what aggression goes down to, is your desire to win, to compete. Then you're looking at one thing that also to help develop this mindset is your body language. So again, your body language is very important, because I see people with the body language, the head is down, you know, their chest is down, they look hunched over, they look at this scrawny approach to the game. No, you gotta understand that the level of your body language produces energy levels to even the opponent. So when you stand up tall and strong, that Ronaldo, Cristiano, he has an approach that he does all the time. It's natural. Pogba, there's many players you see that has a natural stance and approach, and it breathes off confidence. You know, don't be coming onto the pitch, you know, looking at the other opponent, busting jokes. Focus. That's what Roy Keane said. I see players now in the tunnel joking and having a laugh. No, when you're in the tunnel, your head is straight. You understand? And it's true, the game has begun a lot softer because I believe everyone wants to be friends with everybody. And it's, you know, people say, well, you don't have to have that mentality, you can still be a nice guy. Yeah, but Thierry Henry said it. He said that he didn't understand how you be friends with people before the game, that on the other team, and then as soon as it goes to the pitch, it's like they don't know each other. And that's why Thierry Henry was one of the greatest players, because he had that mindset. And he said he learned that from Kobe. And Kobe Bryant, when he was alive, said that any other footballer that he looked at himself in the game that he resembled himself, he said it was Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry had that Mamba mentality. So next one, you need to do this in every training session, no matter how small and how, you know, petty it may seem. I need you to get stuck in, tie up your laces, get stuck into every challenge and communicate and fight and play with fire. You guys playing like you're on, even if you're on 120 or 150 bags a week, you need to be playing with fire. Play with passion. And if your teammates say, rah, like you're on nuts, like you relax, bro, it's only training, why are you trying to injure, man? Just say, shut up. I remember I used to tell man, what, shut up, we come play football. Trust me, because I see some boy, oh no, he's on one, like what are you trying to clamp man out for? I'll tell you a story of Kolo Toure. I'll put it up here, you can pause the video and you can read it, the article. But in a nutshell, Kolo Toure was brought on trial he came out of the blue. Kolo Toure was in a pro team, but it was a big jump from where he was to go to Arsenal. And one thing that got him signed from Arsenal, was his desire. This guy two-footed challenged Thierry Henry and Bergkamp. And he took out Arsene Wenger himself. And what did Arsene Wenger say? I like his desire. We're signing him tomorrow. And I'm telling you this, if some of you, I'm not trying to say you go and take out the best player in the next team, but if you play with that sort of fight and that bottle, most of you probably get promoted to the first team. And it's very simple. You got to play with desire, passion, and aggressiveness. And that's the key. And the next thing, before you go into the games, what sort of music do you listen to get you pumped into games and in training sessions? You got to replicate, use your training sessions to prepare you for games. Don't do the other way around. So for me, I had songs like Mos Def, Life in Marvelous Time, I had the TVB anthem, but one of my best songs that got me in the zone was Crept and Corner when it did Don't Waste My Time. Boy, that there used to just send me into a zone that I would just go on a pitch and I was okay to come out. And next, when you're starting games, the final one before we end this video, is that when your coach says start strong, that's what you need to do. When you mean start strong, is you need to start with putting pressure on the opposition straight away. Close man down quick. Put in the first tackle and then say ref is the first one, just to set the tone in the game. I always tell players do that. Just put the first tackle in. Even a centre back, if you're a striker, nudge the centre back that you're working, make him know that yo, you're in for a fight today. You understand? Don't let people get into your head. So I hope everybody understands the aggressive mindset is your approach to training, to drills. If your coach says we're gonna go running, are you saying no, coach, we did running last week? Or is your mindset saying let's go? So let me know what you think and let's push forward and let's go.